Today I'm going to talk about the art of DJing and how it's changed through time. Have you ever played a song that made you feel sad or happy? And did the music seem to amplify that feeling that was once at the pit of your stomach? Music, like magic, involves mixing ingredients that can conjure up a feeling or potentially keep you in a state of being. Music can make you want to dance, help you focus, or put you in a depressive state. Imagine that vibe on a continuous loop expressed through a variety of sounds. DJing has significantly transformed the music industry by reshaping how music is consumed, distributed, and celebrated, shifting the role of the listener, amplifying global access, and redefining live performance culture. That is what it is to DJ. DJing has displayed emotions through the manipulation of music and sounds continuously and seamlessly for decades. It has transcended from radio to clubs, to special events, to concerts, and throughout culture. Much like other musical talents, DJing fundamentals are built on technique. Becoming a DJ is like learning a new language. It involves understanding the basics, incorporating the techniques, practice, and creativity. The rise of DJing was rather simple. The people wanted the music. Since I was a little kid, my father would tell me of the times that he would DJ at parties. Inspired by the stories, I explored various sounds and genres. My dad also showed me how he would scratch the vinyls if he was to DJ a song that I introduced him to. My dad's love for music is why I have the passion that I have for music today. His love for the art grew around the most popular times to DJ, which was in the 70s, the beginning of the hip hop era. But before I get into the 70s, I want to begin by giving you the origins of DJing. DJs were originally called disc jockeys. The term was coined by Walter Winchell in 1935. The sounds heard on the radio were operated by a phonograph machine, which was two turntables, and basically they just would add the vinyl on there, let it play out, and then take the vinyl up and then put a new vinyl on there. But he would often call his radio producer, Mr. Martin Block, his DJ. So that is Mr. Martin Block, Mr. Walter Winchell, and that's a phonograph machine, and that's how they used it. Martin Block gained his fame by playing the music on air, but most of it was instrumentals and jazz tunes. This changed after World War II. The consumption of music changed within the nightclubs and studios. In 1947, a popular Paris nightclub called Whiskey A Go Go is where performers started using two turntables. So basically, they would take up one disc, have one playing, and then they would move it to the next one. So it would just go from vinyl to vinyl. It would be a continuous stream of music, but they only had two turntables at the time. In the 1950s, dance parties and sock hops. If you think about sock hops, think about Grease and like poodle dresses, were popular events. And DJs also used the two turntables, which was pretty much vinyl to vinyl. There was a pivotal evolution in DJing that happened in the 60s. Techniques like live mixing, editing, and beat matching were introduced within the 60s. And that is instead of just going from vinyl to vinyl, now they were turning up the tempo and making it seem like these songs are together and there's one song. Nightclubs became the place to go for nightlife entertainment. Venues like Studio 54, Whiskey A Go Go also provided fertile ground for DJs to showcase their skills and experiment with innovative techniques, ushering a golden age of creativity and sonic exploration. Pretty much all the top artists will go there because they wanted to hear how the DJ was going to creatively mix their songs into other songs. In that picture in the middle, you can see Cher, Elton John, and Diana Ross, just to name a few. And Michael Jackson was also a big name that went to Studio 54. But now let's get into the hip hop era, which was in the 70s. Hip hop originated from the ghettos of the Bronx and Harlem, New York in the 1970s. It then spread to different inner city areas and became mainstream, eventually becoming a billion-dollar entertainment industry. One DJ in particular that trailblazed the fabric of hip hop was Mr. Clive Campbell, aka DJ Kool Herc. What DJ Kool Herc did was amazing, actually. He introduced a different technique called beat breaking, or the B beat, which is basically playing the most like parts of the record or the percussion parts. This allowed for breakdancers and b-boys to showcase their moves, rappers to rap on the beat, and to keep a continuous loop, which he called the merry-go-round. The popularity of rapping and DJing started the careers of legends like Grandmaster Flash, Run DMC, LL Cool J, and Biz Markie, the Human Orchestra. In the 70s, it was a lot of violence in that time. So what they did was, instead of using their energy to do violent things and be in the streets, they actually became, like I said, those b-boy groups. And those groups included an A1 dancer, which was the best dancer, a DJ, and an MC, which was like the rapper, the master of ceremonies. A lot of these groups hosted parties to raise money, show off their dance skills, and have rap battles. And the picture below, you can see like one of the invitations from one of DJ Kool Herc's parties. The sounds, the artists, and expression, and the energy brought about an infiltration of hip hop. The emergence of hip hop brought new dimensions to DJing. The 70s provided a perfect soundtrack to a good time. Like you can hear a lot of parties. Sounds that were incorporated within DJ sets included the soul drums, disco rhythms, and rock guitars. Records that were considered soul records produced new genres of music, such as funk, pop, alternative rock, and soul jazz. So you have DJs making and creating music that they already have, which is producing a new genre of music for them to create again. So it just keeps happening on a continuous loop. DJing and culture changed around the 80s and the 90s. You have house music and raves that are being brought about from the sounds from the 70s and earlier tunes. So the two paired with the electric sounds made for more music creativity. DJ acquired its significance in nightclubs and dancing. As DJing advanced, so did mainstream media. Television stations like MTV took the opportunity to create the VJ, which is a video DJ. So basically, they would have the music going, and in the background, you could see the video playing or something playing along with the music. MTV revolutionized music consumption by providing a global platform for artists to showcase their music, methods, and techniques of DJing. Becoming a VJ, like I said, also allowed for visuals to be incorporated within DJ sets. With the advancement of hip hop, music production, and sound, DJing went underground and reemerged under the new art form, which is turntablism. Now, the difference between turntablism and DJing is that a lot of the music was getting fused. So, pretty much, music producers were calling themselves DJs when they were actually just playing their own music instead of mixing and creating. So they came back and said, this is turntablism, which is actually having a record given to you and you're performing and creating on that record. So the art of manipulating music with LP records and mixes is to create a unique rhythm and sound. That is what turntablism is. A lot of DJs at the time were considered music producers due to their involved sound, their interpretation of mixes, and how they distributed the music for public consumption. Veteran DJs did not appreciate the connection between the two. Many of them wanted the differences clarified. In an article by Attack Magazine, DJ Funk Butcher stated via Twitter, DJs, irrespective of whether they produce their music or not, are always supposed to create a tapestry of sounds that would define them and make their sets marketable and unique. Some DJs consider themselves producers, and some consider themselves just regular DJs. So in my closing, the art of DJing and its techniques have advanced significantly. Now people like DJ Khaled and DJ Pauly D have made a living from mixing and turntablism. It has influenced the way music is produced and distributed within media and party culture. DJing is essential for most special occasions and has changed how people interact with their music. Instead of just passively listening, audiences have become more engaged and participatory. Whether it's dancing, requesting songs, or even becoming amateur DJs themselves with easy to use apps and software, listeners can now influence trends and music popularity through platforms like SoundCloud, TikTok, and live streams. DJs often respond to crowd energy in real time. So listeners are kind of co-creating the experience themselves. As DJing continues to evolve alongside technology and culture, its influence on how we consume, share, and celebrate music remains undeniable, proving that DJs are not just curators of sound, but powerful drivers of music innovation and connection. Does anyone have any questions?
It was very informative.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I could tell you did a lot of research on that. You did a really good job.
Thank you.